I think the most important thing now is to kind of look at it um, as a bit of an off season, but to where you can still have the responsibility as a professional and keep yourself prepared, just as in any off season. It is a bit frustrating because you prepare yourself for probably about 4 to 5 weeks, spending some time in Arizona, spending some time in Florida, just getting yourself ready for what's to come, and then to be 2 weeks into it and have everything come to a complete halt. It is a bit frustrating mentally, but like I said, I think the most important thing right now is to spend the most time with the loved ones. I just had a newborn, so that's been the one positive with this whole thing, is spending time with the newborn as much as possible, and being there for moments that maybe in other times with my other children I probably wasn't there because of being in season. So I think that's probably for me is the most important thing to focus on right now. And other than that, I think just keeping myself responsible and keeping myself in the best shape possible, and dealing with this, doing those sort of things, and being the best pro I can be. I mean, besides running around, two kids, and then having a newborn and not getting much sleep at night, I've been trying to get out as much as possible, just out on the street, running around in parks. Obviously with the idea of keeping social distancing in mind, but as long as I'm running by myself, and around areas to where I'm not around too many people, it feels comfortable enough for me just to have another background, instead of being locked down in the basement and doing weights down there and trying to keep myself fit for that. So I think just getting out of the house as much as possible, doing things out in the front yard with the kids, and like I said before, treating it as a mini off season. And when we are in off season, there are moments to where you can have a few days of complete relaxation and just get your mind away from everything, and that's kind of a good thing. But after 7 days, 7 to 10 days, you're itching to get back and do what you do for a living. And I think for me, that's kind of what it's been. I was able to spend a few days with my newborn, and now it's to where I'm trying to get myself into a daily routine, to where I feel that I can wake up and still do trainings, still go out for runs, and with the help of Austin and Gary giving us examples and things to do with our time while we're outside, and specific drills that we can still do to keep our fitness level up. I think the most important thing for all of us right now is just to make sure that things are done adequately once we do come back, to where we have. I know we're talking about things being very sped up, and trying to get back into things as quickly as possible, but I think that's probably my major concern, and hopefully can be resolved once we do get back, is just to make sure that everybody's back to the level that we were when we started that season, and we were in the season for 2 weeks. I think the last thing you want to do is jump back into something and say, oh man, I don't have enough time to feel up to speed again, and then that's where other things start occurring, injuries start to occur. And I don't think that really has to do with having the roster so deep. And I mean, you talk about baseball, they can be as deep as they want because they're standing around for 4 hours. I mean, we're putting our bodies to through a lot of stuff, going through preseason, a lot of stuff going through the season, to where it's this roller coaster of ups and downs of what you're really putting your body through. So and you're initially taking about 40 days before the season to get your body prepared for an 8-month season. So I think that's probably my biggest concern, and I think that's something that we have been talking in close chats with Gary and Austin, just to make sure that the specific things that they are wanting us to work on, to where it's not going to, like you said, it's not going to be exactly the same when we're training on the field, but at least to get us up to speed as possible, so when we do come back, we have enough fitness to kind of gradually get us back up to where we need to be once we get back.